Lily, if you could just start things off with how you and the team are feeling heading into our next home match against San Diego on Friday.
Yeah, I think we're excited, obviously. The past two games, we have tied and lost. So I think going into this next one, we're really just looking to correct areas that we need to address and build on things that maybe were successful but not successful enough. So yeah, just taking the positives and obviously heavily analyzing some of the other things that didn't go so well from last game.
Great. Thank you, Lily. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, please use the raise your hand function. We will call on you and we will start things off with Anthony.
Hey, Lily, Anthony Merced with AGM Sports FC. Um, the last game against Louisville obviously didn't go your way, but the team did look pretty good structurally when it comes to the defense. What did you see out there, especially as a younger player? How comfortable were you there on that back line to be able to hold Louisville to just one goal?
Yeah, I think obviously playing with some of these tenured and very big names, veteran players in my back line is always helpful in moments like these where, you're playing against some opposition that also has veteran opponents and big names. So yeah, marking like Emma Sears was, not an easy task, but one that I felt ready for because of the players around me that were there to help me and coach me, and as well as my coaches who, prepare me for moments like that. So I think going out there, I was very proud of the performance that we had as a back line. Obviously, there are areas that we and myself especially need to clean up, but I think overall, we kept them to a very low number of shots and are just looking to keep that going into the next game.
Melanie, you can go ahead.
Hi, Lily. Melanie Anzide with The Athletic. Thanks for taking the time. Um, so of course you have San Diego on Friday, but then you quickly pivot to the Champions Cup, next week. So I'm curious as a player how you kind of go into that knowing you have, a lot of travel right after that, a very high profile tournament. So how does that impact your training or how does that affect you?
Yeah, I think as always, we kind of try and stay focused on the first thing in front of us, and then worry about maybe the things that come after that. After the game. So for us right now, we're really just focused on how we can beat and best approach the San Diego game. I don't think our team has much of a focus. Obviously, it's going to be there when we're about to play those teams, and in that tournament, it's not something we're putting off or taking lightly. I think it will be a good opportunity for our team to grow in areas that we need to against opponents that maybe we don't always play, and maybe bring a different style or a different flair that we don't always see in the NWSL. So, but yeah, for us, I think right now we're just focused on playing San Diego, and then we're gonna take the travel and those games when they come.
Okay, thank you.
Anthony, we'll throw things back to you.
Great, thanks so much. San Diego's a team that's kind of done a 180 from last year. They're very much a completely different kind of team. What have you seen in your preparation that makes you think that Gotham is prepared for a very different San Diego team?
Yeah, I mean, we know that they're a team that likes to play and wants possession. They're not, maybe a more direct team in this league. So I think for us, that's the type of team that, we want to be as well, a team that plays and plays good soccer, wants to possess the ball, wants to, play a bit of a chess match back and forth with teams. So I think it will be a really awesome game to not only watch but also play in. And I think it's going to be one that we need to, obviously play our cards right, but one that we're ready for, and obviously a very high level opponent, and with some big players and big names that maybe are new to this league, but bring a very high level and different style of soccer that I'm excited to play against, and I know our team is as well.
Melanie, back over to you.
Yeah, hi again. So obviously today Gotham announced that they nominated, Ryan Campbell for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. So I'm curious, as your teammate and, as a fellow rookie in the league, what's it like seeing someone, being celebrated so early in their career, kind of for what they do off pitch?
Yeah, I think Ryan is definitely one of those people that maybe goes unnoticed, but she's totally fine with that. And so I think to, receive this type of honor is something that I'm really excited for her to, finally get the recognition that I think she deserves, and I think our team would say the same thing. She brings a lot to this team, and obviously she is just a rookie right now, and obviously is, maybe not getting the minutes that she wants, but she, brings her best to training every day. She makes the players around her, want to compete, and also just better people. I think having someone like Ryan on my team has pushed me in ways that I can't even begin to explain. And I think she just brings a type of personality that you really want on your team, and makes you want to, be there when things get tough, and stick together. She just brings people together. So yeah, I'm really excited for her.
Cool, thank you.
Anthony, your turn.
Yeah, Lily. So this is now, I believe it was your third appearance of the season professionally with Gotham. How have you been handling the leap from the college game to the pros? Has it been what you expected, or is there anything that's caught you off guard a bit?
Yeah, I think obviously, it is just a different whether it's a different style or a different level of competition, I think there's going to be changes no matter what league you enter. So for me, coming from college, I think, yeah, it definitely took a little bit to get used to the not only the speed of play, but just the style that the NWSL brings. I think it's a very transition based league, and obviously pushes me now playing outside back to get my fitness up, so I'm really happy with that. But yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a challenge and an adjustment, but like I said, I have my coaches and teammates around me to help best prepare me, and just, give me tips and pointers where they can. But yeah, I think there's nothing like playing in some of those games, and, just gaining the experience myself, and having those opportunities to learn from, obviously some of the mistakes or positives that come out of each game.